The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410. Elgin time, 11 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. Republican voters in Illinois have once again chosen former state Senator Darren Bailey as their nominee for governor, giving him a second chance to challenge incumbent Democrat J.B. Pritzker in November. Bailey defeated Ted Dabrowski in the primary. Health officials are urging families to take steps to stay safe at home during National Poison Prevention Week. Millions of cases occur each year, many involving young children. Store medication safely and call poison control at 800-222-1222 for help. Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton has won Illinois' Democratic primary for Senator Dick Durbin's seat. She defeated Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy and Congresswoman Robin Kelly and will face Republican Don Tracy in November. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. Republican voters in Illinois have once again chosen former state Senator Darren Bailey as their nominee for governor, giving him a second chance to challenge incumbent Democrat J.B. Pritzker in November. Bailey defeated Ted Dabrowski in the primary. Health officials are urging families to take steps to stay safe at home during National Poison Prevention Week. Millions of cases occur each year, many involving young children. Store medication safely and call poison control at 800-222-1222 for help. Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton has won Illinois' Democratic primary for Senator Dick Durbin's seat. She defeated Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy and Congresswoman Robin Kelly and will face Republican Don Tracy in November. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 40. There's a chance of snow showers. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 32. A chance of rain showers is possible. Looking ahead to Thursday, partly sunny with a high near 52. Rain showers may occur before noon. Currently, it's 29 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and
The road ahead can be unpredictable, but with the right partner, you're always moving forward. At Heartland Bank in Hampshire, we're with you. Every mile, every milestone. From savings to small business lending, we offer local decisions and personal service that gets you where you're going. Stop in at 819 Warner Street or call 847-683-4444. Heartland Bank, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
It's tax season, and by now, I know you're a bit tired of the numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud. Not all grim news. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second for your personal information and alerts you to threats that you could easily miss on your own. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to fix it. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK, 1-800-LifeLock or lifelock.com. Terms to apply.
And welcome, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. It is a wind down Wednesday. It's also a Wings Wednesday today, too. We hope that you are enjoying this lovely morning. This is your host, Matt McNeil. I am broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today, being part of the conversation with us. You can tune in live on that AM 1410 dial, or, of course, also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/WRMN Radio. If you want to hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell. You can always keep yourself up to date and in the loop with what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here on WRMN AM 1410. Hey, yesterday, I had a great interview with Cambridge Lakes Charter School second grade teacher Alyssa Sutherland. We're almost at 130 views with that video, so that is fantastic. It sounds like a lot of the school watched the video, so that's awesome. She also gave us a big shout out, a big thank you for letting us, WRMN, conduct the interview with her, and she did a great job too. So if you do want to watch the interview, it's available on our web YouTube page, youtube.com/WRMN Radio. It's also been shared a couple times too. So thank you to Cambridge Lakes Charter School for coming in. Very nice. I had a good time. Also had, of course, the morning show today. Anderson Humane was back on the airwaves again through Zoom with those adorable dogs, of course, and that will be posted very, very shortly. So if you want to check that out, you can find it in, I got 3 minutes left on my screen. I'm multitasking. I've got 3 minutes left before it's posted, so that'll be posted shortly. Wise Coffee Chat also with Jennifer Sanchez and Cynthia were on today, so that's also will be posted shortly as well. We do have our weather and temperatures for the day today. Currently, we do see a mixture of clouds and sun. It's kind of pretty much nice and sunny out right now. We see a high of 41 degrees for today, so it's definitely going to be considered a little bit warmer than it's been. Currently 33 right now, feeling like 23. We are going to be seeing cloudy skies later tonight with some light rain or freezing rain. Big letters there, freezing rain. In bold. Italicized, all that, right? Because that's important to note, especially if you're driving late at night. Chance of precipitation is at 40%. We do see again a low of about 31 degrees. That new moon in the sky will be coming through for tonight. Tomorrow on Thursday, temperatures continue to bump up to a high of 56, showers in the morning and then partly cloudy in the afternoon. Chance of rain is predicted to be at about 40% throughout the day, eventually clearing to partly cloudy skies during the evening with a low of 37 degrees for Thursday night. Heading on into Friday, we get almost up to 70 degrees with cloudy early, partial sunshine expected later. And it's going to be pretty nice. A very nice sunny Friday. We see it dropping down to a low of 37 degrees, cloudy skies coming up for Friday night. Into Saturday, a high of 68 is what's expected, partly cloudy skies, so it's going to be a pretty nice weekend. We see it dropping down to a low of 44 degrees. A few clouds from time to time are going to be accumulating. That will be for Saturday night. Heading on into Sunday, we see a high of 49, cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower could also be possible. Mostly cloudy skies are going to be coming through for Sunday night with a low of 26 degrees in that forecast. Then we head on into next week. Next week, we do start off with some chillier temperatures. Then it does rise. Then it drops a little bit, and it rises again. We're going to see it going up and down and up and down. We see here for Monday a high of 39, partly cloudy skies, though, with, again, partly to mostly cloudy for Monday night and a low of 28. Tuesday rolls around. We see a high of 51, mostly cloudy skies with a low of 34, heading into Tuesday night. And then Wednesday, a week from today, is already the end of March as we get closer into April. We see a high of 54, overcast skies, mainly cloudy, dropping down only to a low of about 45 for Wednesday, because then heading on into Thursday, the 26th, we do see temperatures rise again, high of 61, but then it drops down to 29. So it fluctuates here and there for the weather and temperatures. If you want to check out more information, you can find it on the Weather Channel, weather.com for more information. This show, Out to Lunch, is sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. Are you looking for expert orthopedic and spine care close to home? St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin is here for you. Their highly skilled orthopedic and spine specialists provide advanced treatments for joint, bone, and back conditions, all with a personalized approach designed to get you moving again. So whether it's for hip or knee pain, sports injuries, or complex spine issues, they use the latest technology and surgical techniques to help you heal faster and get back to the activities that you love. And that's not all. Their comprehensive rehabilitation services mean that you'll have that expert support every step of the way, from surgery through recovery. So trust your health to excellence. Trust St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, a proud member of Prime Healthcare. Call today at 847-931-5525 or visit stjosephelgin.com to learn more and to schedule your appointment. So thank you to St. Joseph Hospital of Elgin for sponsoring today's show, Out to Lunch. If you do want to watch our previous interview from the other day, you can find it on our YouTube page, youtube.com/WRMN Radio. We did have Dr. Zachary, oh my goodness, the name is slipping now. I apologize, excuse me. I gotta look at my notes again. Hang on a quick sec. We had Dr. Zachary Goldstein. There we go. He was in with us, and then Karen Kipp as well, who's the director of acute care services. So you can find that interview posted. Next week, we do have another interview with St. Joseph Hospital. We're going to be having it on Thursday, the 26th. We're going to be having Dr. Ali Anwar coming into the station to talk with us a little bit about mental health and the importance of it too, which is very good. So stay tuned for that. Also coming up later today, we're going to be getting a nice, lovely phone call towards the very tail end of the Out to Lunch show segment. The last roughly 10 minutes of the show, Emily Tyler with Food for Greater Elgin is going to be calling in to talk with us, again, as a reminder to get your tickets for the upcoming Palate to Palate event, which is coming up on March 31st. It's going to be at the beautiful, spectacular Heritage Ballroom. It's going to be decked out. You're going to be able to see food, different businesses, chances to win some prizes, and it all goes back into the community. So it's a really fun event to go to. Tickets are still going on right now. Check it out online at foodforgreaterelgin.com for more information. So she'll be calling in again here. We've had her 3 times, or this will be the 3rd time. We did it last year too. We wanted to make sure that they were on here as much as possible to promote this event. So, and of course, grateful for all they do for the community too. So let's take a look here and see what we have. We did go through the weather and temperatures today. Let's go through an inspirational story. Now, this one is actually, it's an inspirational story. It's actually listed under fun and interesting stories. So I'm changing it up a little bit. Sometimes the content, depending on the day, you got some people that maybe put, there's a lot out there, and some other days where there's not when it comes to the inspirational stories. So sometimes I like to read the fun and interesting ones. There's different categories. So this is one that was posted a couple days ago. This is a person that says dad's birthday card from his son is actually an online review. And it's perfect, they write. A dad recently shared the unique birthday card he received from his son, and it's guaranteed to make you smile. The person wrote, "Today is my dad's birthday, and this is the card I received from, today is my birthday, and this is the card I received from my son. He knows me so well." So this is what the card is. It says, "Dad, 1971 model, 5 stars. Buyer receive product for free. Great at giving obscure facts that he learned decades ago. Somehow is able to answer questions before they are asked and can figure out who someone is before that guy from that thing makes me question if he might be a wizard. Good hugs could be made of feathers. Loves a nap. And, or as he would phrase, resting my eyes. Awesome taste in movies, even if he falls asleep through many of them. Likes a game night, but hates frustration. He may commit crimes over the game one day. Overall, would strongly recommend for the price." And it looks like it's a total of $2.40. 2.40 pounds, it looks like here. Products bought together also. Dad and mom doesn't care for sports, likes dogs, enjoys this, that, and another thing. Mom is listed as a bookworm, loves to watch cycling, Scottish edition. So again, instead of a typical card, the gift was a clever online review of Dad himself. The review reads, "Something straight out of Amazon." So it's proof that the best gifts don't always have to be expensive. They can just come from the heart, right? And with that little bit of creativity and a lot of love, the son gave his dad a nice little birthday memory that he'll treasure forever. So that's a cute little card there that he made for him specifically. So you can find different stories like this and more on sunnyskies.com. The time is 17 past the hour. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll go through the word of the day today, and we'll kind of chew on it a little bit. And then we've got our chew on this segment where we talk a little bit about a particular thing that is related to food and or drinks. Hint, it is related to Java. It's related to coffee. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. That's 800-257-3148.
When our nation calls, patriots answer. The U.S. Volunteers Joint Service Command stands ready, honoring our fallen heroes through military funeral honors and serving communities during natural disasters and emergencies. If you're 18 or older, you can serve close to home with free training and just one Saturday a month. Prior service with honorable discharges are welcome. View our website today at usvjsc.org. We are patriots. We are always ready. We are U.S. Volunteers, and we want you to join us.
America's First Responders Fest began as a simple idea to honor the heroes who serve our community every day. Thanks to the incredible support of the Village of Hampshire, especially Village President Mike Reed, Village Manager Jay Hedges, and Karen Stuhler. This year, that idea came to life. From local residents to small businesses, Hampshire opened its heart to America's First Responders Fest. The support was overwhelming. a true celebration of unity, gratitude, and community pride.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the valley and the talk of the town. Now, what is our word of the day today? Well, it's an adjective. Yesterday's word was a phrase that meant Ireland forever, because yesterday was St. Patty's Day. Oh my goodness. I had beef ribs the other night. So good. These were a type of rib I had never had before. I'm better than the regular ribs I've been having for years. Not saying that they're not good, because I love them. I love ribs. But the ones I had last night, now I'm turned on to it. I'm like, I gotta have these type of ribs. They were so good. So good. I loved it. It was absolutely delicious. I'm glad we chose ribs last night instead of the corned beef. I like corned beef, but I like the ribs more. So that's my little story there, my little testimonial to the ribs last night that I had. Delicious. Let's take a look at the word of the day today. It is jejune. Yes, Jegune. Jejune. Now, what does jejune mean? I've never heard of this word before. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. This is something new that you're learning today. But jejune is a formal word that basically means uninteresting or boring. It's also used as a synonym for juvenile, describing things that are immature, childish, or simplistic. But jejune is the adjective word of the day. There are a lot of things in our life that we might find uninteresting or maybe that we find boring, right? To one person, what might seem fun and interesting is extremely boring to another person. There are a lot of people out there that love being at social gatherings and other people who just want to crawl into their bed and just watch movies, right? There's the introverts and the extroverts, or maybe it's just an entrance type of thing. So I took it to Reddit today and I said, okay, let's go into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This was posted by a user by the name of Cinnamon Synonym. That is a tongue twister. Cinnamon Synonym. And this person writes from 4 months ago, quote, "What is something you find incredibly boring or jejune?" A lot of people said some things, including things like, quote, pointless small talk, baby or wedding showers, someone said was extremely boring. David, I'm sorry. This one user writes golf. Golf. They say, quote, "I have no idea why anyone enjoys watching people hit tiny balls into holes slowly for hours." Now, I find golfing relaxing. I have to say, I do. There's some anticipation to it, especially when you get closer into the holes from further away. I don't know what it is. It is kind of relaxing. I'm not good at golf. I did it once. Summer, it was a summer course I took. Not good at it, but I enjoyed it. Some people say boring. What else is boring? Baseball. Some people said weekly online team meetings. Some people said U2 and Coldplay are boring. Doing taxes, music halls. Oh, okay. A couple different things. Math. People said sports. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that we find jejune or boring that other people might not find jejune or boring. So it kind of just depends on, I guess, how you look at it, Really is how it goes. Now let's go through what we've got today for our random fact of the day. It is the lunchtime, so let's chew on this. Now, of course, this is a particular product that you can have any time of the day, and that includes, especially for myself, I have it multiple times a day, and that is coffee. Now, maybe you knew of this, of course, coffee being a favorite of mine, but instant coffee is another one that is very, of course, good to have. And there was a man named George Washington that actually invented instant coffee back around 1910. So let's chew on this a little bit here. Again, this guy's name was George Washington. It wasn't the George Washington, obviously, but it was a guy named George Washington. And he invented instant coffee around 1910. Now, to talk a little bit about this, his name was George Constant Louis Washington. He was born in 1871 and he died in 1946. He was a Belgian-American inventor, creating the first mass-produced instant coffee launched as Red E Coffee in 1909. His company, G. Washington Coffee Refining Company, marketed the product's convenience, becoming popular during World War I. Troops called it a cup of George instead of a cup of Joe, right? It was a cup of George. So again, there is a picture here, and you can get this on eBay as a, well, I would say maybe not drink the coffee that's in it, if there is coffee in it. But cool collector's item, historical piece there, and it's listed there as G. Washington's Instant Coffee, 100% pure. So that is something interesting. Maybe you knew about that, maybe you didn't. Instant coffee, of course, has been around for that long of a time. You can even find some old newspaper articles that do talk about it. There is a pre-World War I advertisement that you can find. It's from the New York Times, and it's posted onto Wikipedia. And it shows you a little bit on this too, this old one. So if you're watching on the YouTube side of things, I got it posted up on the screen here, but it says, now you can drink all the coffee you wish. No more do you have to risk indigestion when you drink coffee. Simply put the quantity desired into a cup, pour on the boiling water, and instantly you have a full, rich, flavored coffee. Absolutely pure. Always the same strength as desired. By a wonderful process, George Washington removes the disturbing acids and oils, ensuring perfectly digestible coffee. So that's pretty cool, seeing those advertisements, those black and white advertisements from the 1900s. A piece of history that is forever out there. Yeah, so instant coffee. We like it. We know of it. Popular nowadays, instant coffee. It's instant. You make it at home. You have K-cups. You just all this good stuff, right, when it comes to coffee, especially as coffee drinkers out there. Yes. So the guy's name was George Washington. He did indeed invent the instant coffee. So if you want to read a little bit more history on that, there are lots of different things out there. You can go to Waka Coffee and Tea, wakacoffee.com, talking a little bit with you about some Coffee 101, the real history of that instant coffee. You can also check out old commercials as well. There's one that's posted on Millicent's Vintage on Facebook, a 1960s Maxwell House instant coffee TV commercial. Maybe you might be familiar with it just a little bit there. Back from the old days, you might have even remember it yourself growing up.
By the pot with instant Maxwell House using this recipe. A teaspoon per cup. Add cold water. Heat just to a boil. Then let it steep. Girls, the way to a man's heart is good coffee.
It's a start.
Oh my goodness, yes. And those were back in the days, folks. Yes, back in the day, you know, the wife makes the husband happy type of thing. They had a lot of commercials like that back in the 60s for instant coffee. You know, was, a way to a man's heart, making sure that he's got that coffee. And it's easier for the women, the housewives, to be able to make that coffee because it's instant too. So interesting kind of advertising there. I should ask my parents if they had instant coffee, if my grandmothers made that instant coffee. Because my grandma, especially my mom's side, she drank a full pot of coffee pretty much every day. She made her own separate pot for herself, which is exactly what I do and what my brother and I do. So there you go. We learned it from her. But again, those are some interesting facts. As a coffee lover myself, we encourage you to try out some good coffee. If you want to support a local business in the Fox River Valley area, there's many great coffee shops around here. Blue Box, great lattes. Viator Coffee, you want to try something unique? They've got those supplements if you do prefer something other than creamer. And of course, you can choose lavender, honey lattes, different flavors. There's sugar and rime down the street. You can pair it with a delicious croissant. It's nice and fluffy, good pricing, friendly people, lots of great places that do serve coffee in the Fox River Valley area. So go out there and support those lovely local businesses. Share the love. And if you yourself are a coffee business and you want to promote with us here on WRMN, you want to showcase what you've got to offer, let us know. Feel free to call me today. You can reach out also to my email, matt@WRMN1410.com or 847-741-7700. We'd love to have you on for an interview. Bottom of the hour news is up next. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in just a bit.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage. Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton has won Illinois' Democratic primary for Senator Dick Durbin's seat. She defeated Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy and Congresswoman Robin Kelly and will face Republican Don Tracy in November. Republican voters in Illinois have once again chosen former state Senator Darren Bailey as their nominee for governor, giving him a second chance to challenge incumbent Democrat J.B. Pritzker in November. Bailey defeated Ted Dabrowski in the primary. The Illinois Supreme Court has heard arguments in a case challenging the state's authority to suspend FOID cards for people who are facing felony charges but are not yet convicted. Justices question both sides on constitutional and historical grounds. A ruling is pending. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister, now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Do you ever crave a delicious treat, but that pesky guilt lingers over you? Well, you can have your dessert and eat it too. Desserts that's gluten-free, keto, vegan, and actually delicious. Yes, we're serious. At Desserts Without Regrets, located in Gilbert's, we bake for people who read labels. Custom cookies, celebration cakes, and treats made with clean ingredients and zero guilt. No walk-ins, because great dessert takes planning. Pre-order only at dessertswithoutregrets.com or call Daria at 312-610-9033. That's Desserts Without Regrets, because dessert should never be a regret.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-234-0316. 800-234-0316. That's 800-234-0316.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 40. A slight chance of snow showers. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 32. A chance of rain showers. Looking ahead to Thursday, partly sunny with a high near 52. A chance of rain showers. Currently, it's 30 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
And welcome back, folks, here to Out to Lunch on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town, broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the listeners, the Fox River Valley area. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. We hope you're enjoying a lovely day. We've got Brendan here in the comments. We have been talking about coffee today, and it looks like he had nice coffee and some egg bites from Dunkin' in South Elgin. Now, Brendan, I have still yet to try those egg bites. So it sounds like, they seem to be a fan favorite of yours. So I trust your judgment on this, Brendan. I think that they sound pretty good. I'm going to have to give them a try someday. Dunkin' coffee, very good. But of course, Dunkin' coffee, very good. But of course, if you want to check out some local businesses too, we also encourage you to do that as well. So please feel free to check it out. Again, exploreelginarea.com. If you just walk around downtown Elgin or downtown St. Charles, there are tons of different small businesses out there. Indie coffee shops. Speaking of indie coffee shops, that's going to be our conversation story of the day today, coming in towards the tail end of the 11 o'clock hour. So we're kicking it off here with some coffee, eventually getting into our 12 o'clock segment where it is a Wings Wednesday. So we'll discuss here some local fun performances that are going to be coming up in the near future. With this being said, let's see what we have here for our National Day calendar. What do we have to recognize, celebrate, and enjoy today on this lovely day? Well, let me tell you, there's quite a few that are quite delicious. We talked about a cup of joe, maybe a sloppy joe. It is National Sloppy Joe Day today, recognized on the 18th, celebrating a sloppy yet delicious choice for a nice meal. The Sloppy Joe is one of America's all-time favorite hot sandwiches. Its base ingredient is often ground beef. However, others include turkey, buffalo, and more. The other elements give it its flavor, though: the onions, tomato sauce, brown sugar, cola or maple syrup to sweeten it and season to spicing it up, and of course, any secret ingredients that family may add over the years. All of it, of course, is served on a hamburger bun or roll, and it's ever so sloppy, of course, as it's called a Sloppy Joe. So definitely be sure to grab more than one napkin when it comes to eating this. Now, there's different claims of the origin story here of the Sloppy Joe. In Havana, Cuba, in the 1930s, there was a genuine bartender who gained popularity with vacationers who went by the name Sloppy Joe. He earned his name for his less than enthusiastic way of cleaning the bar. He was, however, an attentive bartender, and the bar was a hotspot for the jet set. However, no mention is found in papers from the era of a hot sandwich on the menu matching the description of a Sloppy Joe, and the man of the same name retired to Spain in 1933. But then you go into Maplewood, New Jersey. Reader Stephen Hirsch wrote to the National Day calendar, informing them that there was a town hall deli in Maplewood, New Jersey, having a direct connection to the Sloppy Joe of Havana fame. It opened in 1927, and during the 30s, Maplewood's Mayor Sweeney traveled to Havana, where he met the bartender named Sloppy Joe, and was served a delicious sandwich. The mayor came back to New Jersey with a well-developed taste for Joe's sandwich. The mayor enjoyed it so much he asked one of the town hall's deli's proprietors, Fred Hines, to replicate it. According to the website, quote, it was made with coleslaw, ham, cow tongue, Swiss cheese, and lots of dressing, and it was served on thin rye bread, hence the origin of the Sloppy Joe sandwich and how Town Hall Deli of South Orange became the birthplace of the Sloppy Joe. So there's a little interesting history there, whether it is fact or fiction. No matter what it might be, we know the Sloppy Joe is a delicious, good, quick meal to make for yourself. It's quite delicious. And then, of course, there's also some cookies that are recognized today. The National Lacy Oatmeal Cookie Day is recognized today. Each year on March 18th, some people may refer to this day as National Oatmeal Cookie Day, which is actually celebrated on April 30th. Now, the difference between the two is that Lacy oatmeal cookies are wafer thin, and they typically accompany a nice scoop of ice cream or maybe a sorbet, sherbet, sorbet, however you say it. Different tomato, I don't know. But in the early 1900s, oatmeal became a major ingredient in a lot of Americans' diet. Before that, Americans relied on other grains. Originating in England, oatmeal cookies had been around since the 1800s. However, it is believed that they were created after the oat cake. And that actually is interesting too. The other day, we were looking through some recipe books in my home. My mom goes, "Hey, grab that bag over there. We've got this old recipe book that was my great-great-grandma, or my great-grandma's. It was my grandma's for when she was very little." And I looked at it. The print date was 1908. Sure enough, she would have been 9 years old at the time. And they did have some oatmeal cookies that were listed in there too in the desserts. So I thought that was pretty cool to see, looking at all those desserts. Some of the desserts you would definitely enjoy today. Others would be like, huh, that's an interesting combination. So that is recognized and celebrated today. It is the, Lacey Oatmeal Cookie Day. Some other days recognized. National Awkward Moments Day is another one. This is an annual day that every person can relate to. We have all had our awkward moments from time to time. They are a part of life and they just happen. So have you ever called someone by the wrong name, tripped over nothing, walked into a door, had the completely wrong words come out of your mouth, or just forgotten what you were doing? The list goes on, and we've all experienced it before too. I think I've even mentioned this before. Actually, if I can recall correctly, the example I'm going to give now, I think was the same I gave last year. If I did mention this last year, which I'm pretty certain I did, it was the same example. I called my second grade teacher mom one time in front of the whole, it was a split class. So it was the first grade class came into the second grade class for a reading time. So it was like 40 kids. I went to a small school, but it was like 40 kids. And I called her mom and everyone started laughing at me. And I was so embarrassed. I still remember that date very well because of how embarrassed I was. But yes, it happens. We all have those awkward moments. Sometimes it's good to just, kind of embrace it, right? Find the ability to laugh at yourself. See the humor in awkward moments and have fun with them too. Someone actually that I've been watching a lot lately on Facebook and YouTube, and they're real short videos. She's a woman that goes by the name of Mama Vet, and she is hilarious. She actually has a real scaring disorder. And so people at work and at her house, they always scare her. And she's like, "Why are you doing that to me?" It's funny to watch, but she says, I look at myself and I have to just laugh at myself because I know that I'm, making people's day when people are struggling. And yes, I know I do get scared very easily. I mean, like even the sound of a phone, she goes like, she tenses up and stuff. And it's funny to watch, but she says, I laugh at myself when I do it, when I look back at those videos. And that's an example of, just being able to do that. I mispronounce words here all the time on the air. You guys know it. You know it already. I do it all the time. And I just have to laugh at myself. I used to be real hard on myself when it came to that, but I laugh it off now. I do own up to it, though. I do, I'm not just, so it happens. We all have awkward moments, sometimes awkward moments on the air, sometimes awkward moments in other places in life that happens, right? Social awkwardness. It's all part of being human. So don't be too hard on yourself. Let's see some other days that are recognized today. If you go to the National Today calendar, there's a couple other ones that also include weeks as well. It is English Tourism Week. That's recognized this week in the United Kingdom. English Tourism Week is an annual celebration showcasing the importance, value, and vast contribution of the tourism industry in the UK. That's recognized. It is Global Recycling Day today. Internationally, a recycling initiative encouraging us to look at our trash in a new light. Just, of course, be, mindful of the environment and recycle when you absolutely can. And sometimes it's just as easy as putting the correct thing in the correct basket, in the correct garbage can. There's garbage and then there's the recycling, right? It also reduces use of new raw materials to create new products when it comes to recycling, saving money and natural resources. You know what else is great when it comes to the recycling side of things? Buying used, buying vintage, antique, right? Maybe getting your clothes from Goodwill. You can find some good stuff there that's not made anymore. I've got a unique style, and a lot of these things I get are from the Goodwill. I'm just admitting it. Because I like looking at the stuff that is unique. Something that you don't see in the regular stores at H&M or at Kohl's. Not to say that those aren't great, but when you are able to look at different clothing that's unique, something that's maybe from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, that maybe aren't made anymore, it's cool to see that. It's cool to see all of that. There's some great vintage shops that you can find clothing at, some beautiful fur coats, buttons, blazers, all those different things. Whatnots and Whimsies here in Elgin is a great one. The Vintage, Elgin Vintage. There's tons of different places that you can go to. America's Antique Mall in Algonquin is another one. So again, that all does help in that recycling process too. And Tradio is another one. If you've got something that you are looking to buy, sell, trade, and or announce, you don't want to throw it out. You want to give it new life, have someone else give it new life, but you can't hold on to it any longer. That's the time to call in during our Tradio segment, 847-931-1410 at 12:30. So please feel free to do that too. There's a couple other days that you can check out, recognize, celebrate, and enjoy. You can find this and more posted on nationaltoday.com. The time is 45 past the hour. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we're going to still talk a little bit here about coffee and how indie coffee shops are meant to counter corporate coffee stores like Starbucks and things like that. But this particular article talks a little bit, why do they all look the same? Now, this is, again, more so of an observance, right? You go to different coffee shops. There's a lot of ones that look very different from one another. But from this particular article, we're reading a little bit about this, kind of going maybe into the science behind it, the physical aspects of it, and we'll go from there. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410. For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Are you suffering with anxiety, depression, PTSD, an eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem? If it's causing problems at work or with your family, get help now at Insight Mental Health and Wellness. We can help and treat all types of depression and mental issues. We'll help you use your insurance to get away from it all to a beautiful, sunny, and tranquil vacation-like environment so you can recharge yourself. And with a Family Medical Leave Act, you could take the time off you need from work. Plus, with the Affordable Care Act, your treatment could be 100% covered. If you're suffering from any kind of anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem, use your insurance and get away from it all. Come to sunny California. Call Insight Mental Health and Wellness now. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. That's 800-419-0287.
And welcome back, folks, here to Out to Lunch on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town, broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Out to Lunch is sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. Get back to doing what you love with expert orthopedic and spine care at St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. They are a proud member of Prime Healthcare. They're here to keep you moving. Schedule your appointment today by calling 847-931-5525 or visit their website at stjosephελgin.com to learn more and to schedule your appointment. So thank you again to St. Joseph Hospital for sponsoring today's show, Out to Lunch. If you want to check out some of their most common medical services, including mental health, lab services, heart and vascular care, cancer care, spine care, which we talked about a couple days ago, rehabilitation center, and more. Check it out on their website. Again, that is stjosephελgin.com. Let's see what we have here going on for our conversation story of the day. Now, we've been kind of on a little bit of a streak here talking about coffee. We had an interesting little Let's Chew on this segment that talked a little bit about instant coffee. I just did a refill of coffee for myself now, so I'm prepared. And then we're going to talk a little bit about those indie coffee shops. Now, they are meant to counter corporate behemoths. Is that even the right word, behemoths? I have never heard of that term before, behemoths. Now I got to look up how to pronounce it because I have no idea. Behemoths. Really? Behemoths? Even though it's B-E-H-E, behemoth? Huh. That's interesting. I've never heard of that word, behemoths. Well, it is supposed to counter corporate behemoths like Starbucks. So why do they all look the same? This article writes from a couple days ago. This is from Conrad Kitcher, Jeffrey Parker, and Kelly Gregg. Mr. Kitcher is Kickert, is an associate professor of agriculture at the University of Buffalo. Jeffrey Parker is an assistant professor of urban sociology at the University of New Orleans, and Kelly Gregg is an assistant professor of urban planning at the University of Buffalo. So let's read a little bit on this article here for today's conversation story. Like many young urban professionals, we run on coffee. We especially enjoy frequently depending on some owned cafes, priding themselves on ethically sourced beverages, strong local ties, and a hip aesthetic. They're the kinds of places that sneer at kind of the homogenization kind of and predictability of some of the more popular coffee places out there. But as public space and consumer culture researches, they began noticing a pattern. While the invention of new non-dairy milks to milk into latte continues to amaze many of us, many U.S. coffee shops seem to share a very similar aesthetic. So what's up with all of the exposed brick? Why do so many of the baristas look cooler than us, but also so similar to one another? And why did most menus appear on a chalkboard? As if we're still in kindergarten, right? Weren't we supposed to be a one-of-a-kind, authentic setting that makes us feel unique and, let's admit it, slightly elevated? Well, as it turns out, the visual patterns we noticed had never been backed up by research. So after a quick cortado, these three authors of this article set out to test their hunch that local coffee shops had adopted a uniform aesthetic. So they started measuring each of them. They asked over 100 American Canadian young professionals living in cities to share an interior image of their favorite independent coffee shop, describing why they liked the shop's appearance and document aspects of its interior design. They could select these interior design features from a list of 23 common elements that they had identified in a pilot study. Brick walls being one of them, marble counters, indoor plants, local art, vintage furniture, and even the looks of the baristas. Respondents could also write down other details that they had noted. The elements that they selected and wrote down showed a fascinating overlap. Baristas led the pack. 2/3 of the participants' favorite local coffee shops had staff with tattoos or piercings. Over half the baristas had beards. Well over half the respondents noted that their favorite shop had chalkboards, reclaimed wood furniture, local art, milk foam designs on beverages, local event posters, and exposed brick. A large share of the shops had vintage furniture, community message boards, and free books available to patrons to read. 1/3 of the images had indoor plants, trees, or greenery. Next up, they challenged the participants to identify the cities where these coffee shops were located. Using the images provided by the respondents from their initial survey, they asked 158 new and prior participants if they could match the location of the shops depicted in 6 photographs to Cincinnati, St. Louis, or Toronto, cities chosen for their different agricultural and aesthetic qualities. And what came back? Well, not a single participant was able to correctly identify the correct city for all the photos. They gave respondents another chance by showing 2 pictures of coffee shops, one at a time. This time, the 2 shops were located in Chicago and San Francisco. Again, the places that pride themselves on their unique and recognizable design culture. They were now given the choice with these 2 key cities to select from, and as well as 3 wrong cities. Only 6% successfully located both coffee shops, and nearly 20% immediately gave up. And one participant also even said, quote, "Honestly, these aesthetics are very transferable now. They were random guesses and we could have been in any of the cities mentioned," end quote. So really, in other words, here is what they write. Independent coffee shops in North America, according to this study, have become similarly aesthetically in their location, and it cannot be picked up from a lineup. The purportedly unique and local feel of coffee shops has instead been a lot of singular, palatable North American aesthetic, is what they're seeing. Ironically, these shops have narrowed their aesthetics like a de facto brand franchise, exactly like the chain stores that their patrons ostensibly rejected. So again, it's kind of an interesting article to read a little bit further. We only have so much time. And again, I cannot speak for all coffee shops when it comes to this too. Every coffee shop is going to have their own aesthetic. But from this particular one, and I think we're really looking at more of the bigger city ones, because I see here Blue Box Cafe, you look at Viator Coffee. Viator Coffee is a good example of one that does have those marble countertops. They have that vintage looking furniture and things like that too. But then, for example, you go into Sugar and Rhyme, the walls are darker. A lot of coffee shops, according to this article, talk a bit about how it's a little bit more neutral colors, right? But for example, Sugar and Rhyme, they've got the dark kind of burgundy red looking walls that are in there too. And the furniture, it almost looks almost more antique rather than what's considered vintage. So of course, this article is kind of basing it off of more so of the bigger cities with the smaller coffee shops, right? So again, kind of an interesting article to read a little bit into this. So in the end, they say in coffee shops, patrons want more than a good espresso. They want to immerse themselves in a scene that matches their lifestyle and aspirations. And the exposed brick and the vintage furniture do just that, even if they've been copy and pasted in cities, small and large across the nation. So, kind of an interesting article. Definitely one that maybe people might not agree with in certain ways, maybe in other ways they do. I do find that to be in partial true, but in partial not from my own experiences at local coffee shops. There are definitely ones that do have different aesthetics to them. They're unique in and of themselves too. So I would say it kind of just depends on where you live. It depends on where you look. It depends specifically what coffee shop that you are looking at, because there are a lot of coffee shops out there that do have their own unique design that's not necessarily copy and pasted entirely, at least. So, and you know what? Everyone's got their own way of creativity. And I think it's still so important to support these local businesses that offer the great support that the listeners and the community gets, that they receive. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, They're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 12 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. The Illinois Supreme Court has heard arguments in a case challenging the state's authority to suspend FOID cards for people who are facing felony charges but are not yet convicted. Justices question both sides on constitutional and historical grounds. A ruling is pending. Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton has won Illinois' Democratic primary for Senator Dick Durbin's seat. She defeated Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy and Congresswoman Robin Kelly and will face Republican Don Tracy in November. Health officials are urging families to take steps to stay safe at home during National Poison Prevention Week. Millions of cases occur each year, many involving young children. Store medication safely and call Poison Control at 800-222-1222 for help. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Tough loss for the Blackhawks last night. They fell in overtime 4-3. Rallied back after trailing 3-1 after the first. Matt Zuccarello scored the overtime winner for Minnesota. The teams play again Thursday night in St. Paul. Home game for the Bulls hosting the Raptors tonight. Chicago coming off a blowout victory over Memphis 132-107 on Monday. The banged up Bulls have been without Jaden Ivey. The banged up Bulls have been without a number of players including Jaden Ivey and Anthony Simons. Illinois men's basketball takes on Penn this Thursday. First round action in the South Regional. Games being played in Houston. Illinois got the 3rd seed. Penn the 14th seed. NCAA women's. The Illini have the 7th seed in Regional 1. Their opponent this Friday, 10th seed Colorado. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters or condo with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
You know that Chick-fil-A sells more than chicken, right?
Hello, my name is Jaleesa, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is how it's all of my favorite breakfast items in one good bite. That fluffy egg, that melty cheese with that perfectly grilled sausage. It just gives you that warmth, that comfort food that you love. It is the best possible option for a classic breakfast.
Comfort is calling. Order a Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 40. A slight chance of snow showers. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 32. A chance of rain showers. Looking ahead to Thursday, partly sunny with a high near 52. A chance of rain showers. Currently, it's 30 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
They're simple, boring, never thought of until they're needed. They're windshield wipers. Only when Mary Anderson became annoyed that New York trolley drivers were stopping to wipe their windshield by hand did anybody do something about it. By attaching a spring-loaded arm to a rubber blade, one woman made travel easier and safer. Look to innovate and pass it on. From passiton.com.
Chicago defense attorney Mark Schieblo has co-authored the book titled DUI Jury Trial, which is a true story of a DUI case that he defended. The accused was an Illinois truck driver arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. This book contains facts about the case from the date of the arrest up to the jury's verdict, and this nonfiction novel also includes the transcripts from the jury trial itself. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today. These are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Linda Rock sharing stories that were in the Elgin Courier News on March 18, 1926. Kane County citizens, 60,000 of them, received their 1925 real estate and personal property tax bills from County Treasurer D.D. Ricken today. For the first time in years, Elgin is the only community in the county that shows a decrease in its tax rate for 1925 over the 1924 rate. Taxpayers of the county have until April 15th to pay their taxes. A new constituency has come into being in the last few years, the women voters. Woman suffrage was a part of the inevitable forward march of civilizations. Legislatures, court decisions, and opposition of special interests could not hold it. It has come into civilization and the government to stay. It may have been temporarily checked by roll calls in legislatures and by decisions of courts, but it could no more be permanently kept back than the rising sun could be withheld by the shadowy clouds at twilight. With such statements as these, Judge Frank W. Shepard addressed the guests at the luncheon meeting of the Elgin unit of Illinois Woman's Republican Clubhouse, held today at the Fox Hotel. The excellent weather and the nearness of the spring primaries brought out a large attendance. Judge Shepard, who is a candidate for probate judge, gave an excellent address in which was heard with keen interest by the women.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.org.
And that was what happened, on this day back, Elgin 100 years ago. I apologize. I had a huge coughing fit. Excuse me. I'll have to see how I go. Maybe I'll have to take a couple little mini breaks here, but I just had a huge coughing fit. I'm fine. I took a bite of my bologna sandwich and started coughing. I went down the wrong pipe. a little bit there. So, Yeah, I will hang on there. I'll be fine. I'll be okay. Thanks everyone for tuning in today. Here we're at the 12 o'clock hour of Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410, broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, excuse me, the Fox River Valley area. I'm going to have to probably take a couple little mini breaks here. So just be aware of that. Let's go through the weather and the temperatures for the day today. We do see a high of 41 degrees. It's going to be sun and some clouds mixed. It's going to be dropping down to a low of 31 degrees coming up for tonight. Light rain or freezing rain could develop overnight. Chance of precipitation is at about 40%. Heading on into Thursday, we see here a high of 56. Dropping down to a low of 37 degrees, rain showers early with some sun later in the day. Chance of rain is predicted to be at about 40%. For Friday, we see a high of 69 degrees. Cloudy skies early will become partly cloudy later in the day. It does drop down to a low of about 37 degrees coming up. That's going to be for Friday the 20th. Saturday, the 21st. Sunshine and clouds mixed, a high of 68 with a low of 43 degrees. Partly cloudy skies are going to be in that forecast. Dropping into Sunday here, we see a high of 49. Cloudy skies, a slight chance of a rain shower could also be possible. And then it does drop down to a low of 26 degrees, considerable amount of cloudiness coming through. That'll be for Sunday night. For Monday, sunshine and clouds are going to be mixed with a high of 41. It drops down to 29 as our low. Partly cloudy early with an increasing amount of some clouds overnight. Tuesday rolls around. We see a high of 51. Mostly cloudy with a low of 34. Mainly cloudy also. And then for Wednesday next week, we see here a high of 54. Cloudier skies are going to be in that forecast. It drops down to 45 as our low. Mainly cloudy is going to be coming through. That's for Wednesday night. So you can find this and more information posted on the Weather Channel's website. That's weather.com for more information. So thank you everyone for tuning in today. Apologies about my throat here. I had a big coughing fit. I had to drink a bunch of water. I'm doing better now. So I'm good. I'm just glad I am A-okay. I'm doing all right. You know, it's a Wednesday. It's a wind down Wednesday, and we're going to be talking about some of the good wines, that you can find at these local places. So you definitely don't want to miss out on checking them out. We'll go through some of the wines here. We'll talk more about that here too coming up. What are some of the local wines that you can enjoy on this wind down Wednesday? There's that page flipping sound that I just had. You hear it? Not only do you hear it, you can also see it if you're watching on YouTube. There's that flipping of the pages sound. Let me tell you, if you haven't, if you haven't checked out the dishes, you got to find them. You got to view them. 18 total dishes, including sweet treats and some good Sammys that you can find, and some pasta dishes. That's all located on the Fox Valley Magazine's March issue. So you can find it there. There's also the wines of the month, and you can also find the beers of the month. And we're definitely going to be going through some of that here too. It is also, a Wing Wednesday. So with it being Wings Wednesday, we're going to talk about some of the local theatrical performances that are going to be coming up here too, some of the next productions and more. So definitely stay tuned for that. We'll see what's going on at Paramount Theater. We'll see what's going on at the Hemmons Cultural Center. Children's Theater of Elgin, Egyptian Theater. So there's a lot of really good places to go to. We'll also, while time allows, see what's coming up at some local movie theaters. So stay tuned for that. And then again, we also do have our Tradio segment coming up. That'll be at 12:30. So if you are looking to purchase, sell, trade, and or announce to the Fox River Valley area, that'll also be the time to call in at 847-931-1410. So that'll be coming up very soon. The time is 14 past the hour. I will collect myself a little bit more here. We'll take a quick time out, and then we'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch WRMN. So, of course, stay tuned.
spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. That's 800-257-3148.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
When tragedy strikes, you need more than a lawyer, you need a voice. Romanucci and Blandon fight for justice in cases of personal injury, wrongful death, civil rights, and medical malpractice. With over $1 billion recovered, their results speak loud. Call 312-458-1000 or visit rblaw.net. That's 312-458-1000. Romanucci and Blandon, national impact, personalized care. No fee unless they win. Proud supporter of America's First Responders Fest.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low, and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
And welcome back, folks, here to Out to Lunch on WRMN, the voice of the valley and the talk of the town. I've cleared my throat as best as I can, so still kind of a little bit in the back, but it's okay. It's all right. because of the choking fit I had. But I am A-okay. Let's talk a little bit here. It is a Wine Down Wednesday today, so let's see what some of the wines of the month are for today. Now, again, you can also, excuse me, take a look at some of these here that you can find on foxvalleymagazine.com. That's foxvalleymagazine.com if you want to check it out for yourself. But if you do want to follow along, I do like to read through the beers of the month, wines of the month, and then also the dishes of the month a couple times in the month because I want to let you know what they have available. So let's go through some of this for you. Now you can find this. This is one of the considered wines of the month. This is in St. Charles. It's, excuse me, the Broken Bricks Home Brew Shop. This is at 225 West Main Street in St. Charles. Now they have their Broken Bricks Raspberry Mead is their choice of the month. So it's a blend of honey and raspberries. You get the tart raspberries that are balancing the sweet honey that makes each sip of this mead a delight. So if you want to give it a try, that is one of the choices of the month that you can check out. Second one here is a peach mango sesh. This includes sparkling session of mead with peach and mango. It's a 6% ABV, semi-sweet, $25 for a 4-pack of 12-ounce cans. Juicy peach and ripe mango up front with a smooth honey sweetness. Light, refreshing, and crisp with an easy drinking finish. You can find this at Fox's Den Meadery. That's at 101 South Bridge Street in Yorkville. So something refreshing to have maybe on a warmer day. I know we're going to start to see some more warmer, excuse me, days that are going to be coming through. There's also the Dionysus. This is a Cabernet Sauvignon. This is located at the Geneva Winery and Coffee House. Yes, we have been talking a little bit about coffee here today during the 11 o'clock hour. This is a coffee house and winery in Geneva. You can also find, excuse me, locations in Batavia. Now, this is crafted with devotion. This is their Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a harmonious blend of medium tannins and rich, deep flavors. The journey of its creation began with the cold soak, extracting the vibrant essence of cherry and plum, elegantly intertwined with sophisticated hints of dark chocolate. This is a meticulous process, followed by aging in French oak barrels, which imparts a nuanced medium oak character. What it does is it also complements the wine's medium full body, medium high tannins, and medium acidity to perfection. And then finally, the fourth one on this list is the 2023 Arel Pinot Noir. This is from Santa Barbara County, California. The take-home price is $23.98. Now, here's a little info on those tasting notes. You get the bright notes of cherry, raspberry, and strawberry with earthy undertones, aged in natural French oak for up to a year, resulting in a velvety, smooth mouthfeel. 64 Wine Bar and Kitchen is where you can find this delicious treat to enjoy. This is at 123 Water Street in Naperville. So definitely a good one to check out. Now, those are, again, for the, excuse me, wines of the month. If you want to check out the beers of the month, if you want to check out the dishes of the month, there's a huge list featured out there. They also do have a restaurant, kind of a travel guide to go through when it comes to this version of the magazine for the month of March. So if you do want to check it out, Carmine's returns to Chicago's Gold Coast. If you want to check out that new home on Rush Street that they have, the iconic Italian restaurant is reopened in January. They have a refreshing space. They have classical dishes and the legendary hospitality of those Rosebud restaurants. So if you want to check out their menu list, it's available there. They offer their classic Italian cooking, and it's done the Carmen's way. You can also find, of course, other different dishes, including the Purple Rig, which is, not the Purple Rig, the Purple Pig, which was established in 2009. That's a flavor to the western suburbs. That's Mediterranean fire and flame that you can enjoy. You can also find Alexander's Cafe. Hey, that is a really good place to go to if you've never been to Alexander's Cafe. They have the Elgin location and the St. Charles location. I've been to both. Excuse me, I like both Both, my goodness, now I'm slipping on my words. Both aesthetics are very nice and pleasing. You can find Swedish crepes. They have farmer's market skillet. You can pair it with freshly brewed coffee or a mimosa flight. I always enjoy their iced coffees there at Alexander's Cafe. Usually it's very busy on the weekends, especially on a Sunday. So if you do plan on going on a Sunday, just be forewarned, it can get quite busy over there, especially towards the lunchtime hour on a Sunday. A lot of people are getting back from church services, or, they're sleeping in a little bit later because it's the weekend. Alexander's Cafe is a really good place to go to. I personally like their skillets. I also do enjoy their pancakes occasionally if I'm able to compact a little bit more flour that day. You can also find yourself some good coffees there. They have a nice bar setting too, and the wait staff is always very phenomenal. So if you want to check them out, they're another good place to go to. Village Squire is another great one that you can get some good ribs at. I enjoy their ribs there. I like their burgers. I know that they recently renovated their inside for the West Dundee location, because back in the back room, they used the back rooms, the back party room with the brick fireplace. It used to be carpeted in there. Now it's hardwood floors. So not so long ago, they redid it a little bit there. But they have a bunch of different locations. Rookies is another good place to go to. Atlas Chicken. So there's a big choice that is available in the Fox River Valley area through this Fox Valley Magazine edition. And I've been announcing this pretty much throughout the whole month of March, that this edition includes their restaurant guide and their dishes of the month. That might be why they had so many dishes of the month. It was probably because they were doing their restaurant guide where they had staff going to many, many different places for the month of March. And they're like, gosh, there's so many good dishes. I got to add them to the dish of the month. I got to add this one to the dish of the month. And it came up to 18 dishes of the month. So some good stuff to find there, definitely. Of course, you can also find other things that are going on locally too if you go to foxvalleymagazine.com, or of course, you can also go to exploreelginarea.com too if you're looking for something fun to do over the weekend, something exciting, things like that too. So definitely a good one to check out as well. That's Fox Valley Magazine. Hey, let's take a look here at some of those local theatrical performances that are coming up. Now, stay tuned for next week. I am going to be having an interview with the Elgin Theater Company. Some of the actors from Elgin Theater Company's performance of Fade will be coming into the station to talk about their performance. If you do want to listen to that interview, it'll be coming up. That will be on Tuesday, the 24th. That will be at the 12 o'clock hour. So definitely a good one to check out and to find. And if you want to find more information, you can go onto their website. That's elgin-theater.org/their next production. So if you want to view that, you can. They already do have the trailer too, which will definitely play that next week, because I usually like to do that for the Elgin Theater Company. But you can get those tickets, find more information online if you go to elgin-theater.org/next production. It's all available on there for you to check out. Paramount Theater always has something exciting to take a look at. Riverdance 30 will be coming into the stage, the new generation, for some fun Irish dancing. That'll be coming up on March 27th, and that rolls until the 29th of March. So if you want to check it out, March. That's presented in the Paramount Theater. It's Riverdance. It's actually their 30th anniversary show, which is really, really cool. There's still time to get tickets. Again, it's Friday, March 27th at 7 o'clock, Saturday, March 28th at 2, Saturday, March 28th at 7, Sunday, March 29th at 1, and then Sunday, March 29th at 5:30 p.m. So there's, again, a total of those 5 shows that are available for you to check out. And again, that's just one of the shows of the many that you can find at Paramount Theater. Only a couple days left for Dear Evan Hansen, so you can still get those tickets available online. You can also find information on subscriptions, about Broadway, premium guest experience, past Broadway seasons. Shows and events are really the page that you're going to look at. There you go. Lots of cool stuff coming up. especially for the rest of the year. Taking a look at the time, it is approaching our bottom of the hour news messages for our sponsors. I gotta drink some more water here. Well, then when we come back, we'll go into our Tradio segment. So if you're looking to buy, sell, trade, and or announce to the Fox River Valley area, that'll be the time to call in. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in just a little bit here on Out to Lunch.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. The Illinois Supreme Court has heard arguments in a case challenging the state's authority to suspend FOID cards for people who are facing felony charges but are not yet convicted. Justices question both sides on constitutional and historical grounds. A ruling is pending. Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton has won Illinois' Democratic primary for Senator Dick Durbin's seat. She defeated Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy and Congresswoman Robin Kelly and will face Republican Don Tracy in November. Health officials are urging families to take steps to stay safe at home during National Poison Prevention Week. Millions of cases occur each year, many involving young children. Store medication safely and call Poison Control at 800-222-1222 for help. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Get ready for an unforgettable night out in downtown St. Charles at O-Shows, where live music, dining, and entertainment come alive. Visit the iconic Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street and experience the venue voted Chicagoland's premier entertainment destination. Whether you're enjoying a headliner concert, dining at Rock and Ravioli, or hitting the speakeasy at Club Arcada, O-Shows creates memories. Tickets and event info at oshows.com, and you can call 630-962-7000. That's 630-962-7000. Make your reservation, bring your friends, and plan your next event at O-Shows. Live music, dining, and entertainment, all in one place. Visit oshows.com and join the fun tonight. Supporter of the America's First Responder Fest.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 40. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 32. Looking ahead to Thursday, a chance of rain showers, partly sunny with a high near 50. Currently, it's 34 and partly cloudy. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
And welcome back, folks, here to Out to Lunch on WRMN. It is approaching 35 past the hour, so of course you know what time it is. We are in that Tradio segment. If you are looking to buy, sell, trade, and or announce to the Fox River Valley area, now's the time to call into the station number here at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. If you have something that's got to go, post it here on Tradio. It could be anything from furniture, house appliances. Maybe you have an old wicker chair that you're not using anymore. It could even be damaged, too. Someone out there might be looking for some damaged things, and you're like, why do you want this? It's trash to me. Well, it could be treasure to someone else. They might repurpose it, make it into something else, fix it up. Lots of different ways to do so. There's some skilled people out there. So please feel free to reach out today, 847-931-1410. If you have something you're looking to purchase, you're looking to get rid of it. I know the garage sale season is going to be coming up very soon. Once the weather gets a little bit nicer, now's the time to call in. 847-931-1410. We have a Tradio caller who has 4 colonial pine tables. They're all from the 1980s. She's looking for a good offer on those, $100 at least for all 4 of them. She also has a new coffee machine, looking to sell it for $10. And then she also does have a table lamp for $10 too. And then she has some old Schwinn bicycles. So if you do want to reach out, that number to dial is 847-209-7765. That's 847-209-7765. Another Tradio caller here, Patrick, is looking for a wood chipper for sale, not the electronic ones. So if anyone out there has that wood chipper, you can feel free to reach out to him today. That number to dial is 224-735-1674. That's 224-735-1674. Another Tradio caller here has a Bayliner boat for sale. It's a 17-foot long boat, and it's in pretty good condition, too. It's been used very little. It also does have a trailer that attaches to it that comes with it, so great for storage. Or, of course, also if you're doing some traveling with the boat, that trailer will help be able to carry items or to sit in, or to chillax in it, too. Chillax. That's a word I haven't used in a while. Chillax. Another Tradio, same Tradio caller has that 1946 Chevy 110 truck. Looking for a good offer on that too. Please leave a message if you have any questions, and that number to dial is 847-464-5830. That's 847-464-5830. Again, this Tradio caller has that Bayliner boat for sale, and also the 1946 Chevy 110 truck. Another Tradio caller here, Greg, looking for bicycles, late 1800s to the 1970s, parts, pieces, and or accessories, and of course, they can be in any condition. He's also looking for vintage Omega watches, men's and women's watches, and also the diver style watches. Now, he's a collector, not a dealer, so he'll pay a fair price for those too. He's also looking for old gas tether cars, which are some of those old toy cars from the 50s and the 60s. They have the nice little tiny gas engines on them. They don't make them like they used to. So if you want to give them a try, you've got some for yourself that you want to get rid of or to sell, he's looking for those. He's also looking for old slot cars or slot car parts, or even sets, mainly 124 scale cars, HO as well. And he also does have a son that is looking for some Pokemon cards too. Pretty cool as a collector. He has a Schwinn 312 Goose Island bicycle. Runs very good for $99. And he also does have that Hamilton Beach 3-head milkshake maker. It's in the color ivory. Comes with those 3 cups as well for $400. And then he's got that Bailey Blue hat for sale. It's an XL, and it does come with the original box. So if you do want to reach out to him today, that number to dial is 847-962-6033. That's 847-962-6033. And then another Trader caller in Hampshire still has a lot of items for sale. She has to sell her home soon. So she's got 2 sofas, a dining room table set, TV, appliances, washer and dryer. Call and tell her who you are first, but you can reach out to her at 847-502-4612. That's her cell phone number. Or also her landline number, which is 847-695-9881. So again, cell phone number 847-502-4612, or also her landline at 847-695-9881. So those are the Tradio callers. If anyone's interested, add yourself to the list. You got something really neat and cool, you want to share it with us, 847-931-1410. Or, of course, you can also text us at 505-926-1410. If you want to text us any pictures, flyers, information, things like that, please feel free to do that. With the time remaining here, let's see what we've got going on still here locally at some Fox River Valley performance places to check out. If you're planning a special night, this is a dazzling show that is made to share. You can find this at the Hemmons Cultural Center. They're going to be having a World Ballet Company's presentation of Cinderella. This is coming up in April. This is a fairy tale ballet for the entire family. And if you want to check out more information on that, you can buy those tickets. It's coming up April 22nd. That is at hemmons.org/tickets. Get those tickets today, folks. Sounds like a lot of fun. Also coming up on Friday, March 27th at 7:30, it is Step Africa Evolution, which is another great show. The prices do range from $22 to $47. If you want to check that out, that's also featured on their website. You can find that and more. There's a fashion show coming up, Style Thief Fashion Show. That's on April 24th. There's also some piano players. First Friday's Improv will be coming up again, Friday, April 3rd. And that will be Theater in the Round in Elgin. That's the Green Room Theater. So that'll be coming up very shortly, too. Children's Theater of Elgin also has some fun things coming up. Tickets on sale now for Disney's Descendants the Musical. That's coming up April 17th through till the 19th. You can also check out the Newsies cast list that has been announced, so congratulations to their cast. And you can find that posted onto cteelgin.com. That's cteelgin.com, Children's Theater of Elgin, and also the Fox Valley Theater Company. The Moonlight Theater, located in St. Charles, is a classic place to go to. Coming up tomorrow night, they're going to be having improv in the Moonlight, featuring Lobster Stole and Great Lakes Improv Troops. They're also going to be having a Welcome Springtime Rock and Roll show with Ronnie Rice and Joe Cantafio. That's coming up on Saturday, March 21st. You can enjoy that show presentation in just a little bit with that. So that list is also featured. You can find the entire list all the way through till the end of the year. You can find that all listed. That is on moonlighttheater.com. So that's moonlighttheater.com for more information. You can also go to the Historic Egyptian Theater, which is another great one to go to. You can buy those tickets, check out the event schedule, see what's coming up. Paquita and Annie is still going on. Well, it is going to be coming up, actually, for their the shows. That'll be the 20th through the 22nd. If you want to buy tickets for that, you can find that posted onto EgyptianTheater.org. There's also Booze and Spirits Flashlight Tour. This is a spooky tour. If you want to mingle with the ghosts, it is a haunted place, apparently. So that's Friday, March 27th. That's at 8 p.m. is when that is. It's called the Booze and Spirits Tours. It's a dark tour using only your flashlights It starts in their lobby, including climbing stairs and extended periods of standing. Join the theater as they share the secrets and stories with a balconied backstage tour focusing not only on the history, but the theater's ghostly guests. So check it out for more information. That is at EgyptianTheater.com. You can also become a member, make a donation, pricing info, and more that you can find. That's EgyptianTheater.com for more information. And then, of course, you can also check out some other local places, too. Marcus Theaters has some fun movies that are playing right now, too. Hoppers, there's Undertones, Scream 7, a couple other ones. The Bride is still playing, too. And if you want to get some special movie deals, you can. March 20th, in theaters, releases the Pout Fish, which is a, that looks like, who is it? Oh, my goodness. That looks like, I was going to say Roald Dahl. Dr. Seuss. Looks like Dr. Seuss. Ooh, Vampires of the Velvet Lounge. That one looks pretty good, too. There's a couple ones that you can find there. Marcus Theaters. There's also AMC South Barrington has some of those movies that are playing, too. And then there's also the Imagine Batavia Theater, which is pretty cool. You can get some good food there. So if you want to check that out, stay tuned for that. The time is 45 past the hour. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little time out. When we come back, we've got a special caller here on the holding line on the phone lines. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. Since 1960, Fox Valley Fire and Safety has been dedicated to caring for our customers and protecting our community. What began in a family basement with just 2 employees has grown into a team of more than 300, supported by nearly 200 service vehicles. But our mission has never changed. We're here to keep the people and businesses we serve safe. Our service technicians are available 24/7, 365 days a year across Northern Illinois because your safety can't wait. To learn more, visit foxvalleyfire.com or call 847-695-5990. A proud member of the Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce, supporting the local business community.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The road ahead can be unpredictable, but with the right partner, you're always moving forward. At Heartland Bank in Hampshire, we're with you. Every milestone. From savings to small business lending, we offer local decisions and personal service that gets you where you're going. Stop in at 819 Warner Street or call 847-683-4444. Heartland Bank, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
And welcome back in, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. We've got about 10 minutes left here. And, of course, we always like to tell you what's happening here locally in the Fox River Valley area, especially when it comes to some fun events that are good for you, good for the people participating in it who are putting on the event, and for the entirety of the community, because there's events out there that do come back into the community. A lot of it proceeds and more go back into the community for local businesses and organizations. And one event that we have been, of course, promoting here on WRMN is Food for Greater Elgin's Palate to Palate event coming up on March 31st, presented by Food for Greater Elgin. And of course, we have the lovely Emily Tyler back on the air with us to call in, telling us a little bit more about it as a reminder. Thanks, Emily, for joining us again today.
Sure. Thanks for having me. I've got Erin and Katie here with me as well.
Hey, Erin. Hi, Erin. Good to hear from you. Thanks, both of you, for joining us.
Of course. Of course. We're always happy to chat.
Nice. So it's coming up. The days are getting closer. It's March 31st. It's the 18th already. So what is that? If you count today, 14 days away. So that's 2 weeks away. So people still have time. Yeah, people still have time to get those tickets. If you just want to tell us a little bit, just again, a little rundown for anyone who's maybe just tuning in, what the Palate to Palate event is, hosted and presented by Food for Greater Elgin.
Yeah, so Palate to Palate is our big annual fundraiser. We kind of call it our mini taste of Elgin. And it's a big tasting event that we host with lots of local restaurants, vendors, different chefs to showcase some of their favorite food, all in support of Food for Greater Elgin. So we've got almost 20 vendors coming. You'll get to come taste some amazing meals. We've got a big raffle with a lot of amazing prizes and generous donations you'll get to participate in. We've got live music. And it's just a great event overall to get to know people in your community, try some amazing food, and the entire night goes directly towards helping our community members and feeding our community members who need that extra help.
That's awesome. And I also encourage folks, too, who are listening in, if you go to the Food for Greater Elgin Facebook page, you can get a little taste of who's going to be there. So I know recently there was you had posted a Spotlight Palate to Palate vendor today, mobile kitchen called Perk and Pickle. Now, I've never heard of Perk and Pickle before. Are you familiar with them?
Yeah, so they are a catering / food truck company. And we got to be able to get in contact with them, and they were super on board. Nice. So that's a great example of, we've got a lot of local Elgin restaurants, but then also pulling from just around the greater area as well. And they have a lot of really amazing, unique dishes that they feature. They do a lot with sourcing like locally and very fresh foods and getting really creative with the dishes they come across. So we are very excited to have them as well as all of our other vendors.
Nice. And yeah, I'm seeing here you got a lot of great ones. You've got one, this is there's one called Remy Lou, which includes, they have Vietnamese coffee and handcrafted drinks. That's really cool. I've never tried that before. That's what I'm going to try out.
Another great example, I was going to say another great example of a local business that came to us or heard about our fundraiser and was really eager to be a part of it. They are also a little bit of a newer business and do a lot of markets and events around the area. And again, really excited to have some of those unique dishes around this year.
That's fantastic. I'm seeing Portillo's, always delicious. Duke's Blues and Barbecues. Their fall off the bone wings are a standout. Elgin Public House. You've got Stewart's Cheesecakes. Fantastic, lovely couple that, of course, are own Stewart's Cheesecakes. Very delicious, too. So lots of really great things are coming here. Now, where can people find the physical location of where this is going to be for people who don't know?
So it is going to be at the center of Elgin in the Heritage Ballroom, right in downtown Elgin.
All right. So that's the Heritage Ballroom. Many of you folks, of course, know what the Heritage Ballroom looks like. If you are a first-time listener to WRMN or first-time watching on YouTube, I got some pictures posted on the screen of the space. Beautiful space there. And again, with you having more vendors this time, you'll have to squeeze in some more because that's great. What was it last year? How many vendors did you have?
We had 13 vendors last year.
All right. So you got 7 more this year. Very cool.
Yeah. It's going to be, we've expanded the space a bit this year, trying to make space for more vendors. So we're moving out into the hallway a little bit and yeah, we're going to have some vendors walking around. So it'll be it'll be a fun event. Lots of people there to network with and hang out with. But definitely, we'll probably sell out the space this year.
Nice. I love it. That's great. Now, the general attendee ticket is $75. Now, again, folks, that includes all of the different vendors that you're trying out. So please come hungry to this event because you're going to leave full and happy and definitely inspired to try some new dishes and support local businesses too. It's a great networking event for local businesses, especially ones who are participating more so especially. But for those maybe who want to be inspired to maybe open their own restaurant, you can talk to a lot of these different business owners, and it's a great way to come together as a community. And again, so much of this goes back into the community as well too.
Yeah, I always love since I've worked at Food for Greater Elgin and been doing this event, I have heard from people in the community many times as I've been out and about that they learned about different restaurants that they'd never heard of before, and now those restaurants have become regular visits for them. And that just makes me so happy that this also benefits these local restaurants and local vendors that come and donate their time and their food and their staff and their energy towards the event. And people learn about what they do and go and visit them at their storefronts.
That's great. I love that. So folks, come out to the event. It's lots of fun. I can attest to this too. Since I went last year, I had a great time. We're going to be out there again, and we're so excited for it. And again, thank you for hosting this event. I know a lot of people appreciate it as always, and looking forward to it this year.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks for helping us promote it and share it with people because it's a really fun night. It's a great night.
Awesome. Well, Emily and Aaron, thanks again for joining us live here on WRMN once again.
Yes, thanks for having us, Matt. Take care.
All right, you too. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye now. Very nice. So, folks, if you want to check it out, it's $75 per person for that general ticket admission. Again, you are getting lots of different food choices. And last year it was 13 vendors. This year it's 20. So you got 7 more vendors to choose from. So come hungry. You can leave bellies full and inspired. Check it out. That is the Palate to Palate event coming up here. This is brought to you by Food for Greater Elgin. Of course, they always hope to provide so much for people in the community who are in need. They want you to be able to skip the dishes, deserve a night off from cooking, eat well, sample an array of tantalizing dishes, and feed the hungry as well for the Palate to Palate event. So this is a great way to come on out, enjoy yourself, and the community as well coming together. So definitely check it out. Again, with the time remaining here, we only got about a minute or so left here. So I wanted to tell you again, you can go to the Food for Greater Elgin on their Facebook page to check out more information. Just to generalize things here too, if you are looking for things to do in the community, you want to reach out to local community chamber of commerces, check out their websites and their Facebook pages. Again, Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce does offer a wide range of opportunities for folks to do business in Elgin. And again, don't forget, you can submit your news by March 25th for the April newsletter. You can find that posted on their Facebook page. And then don't forget, of course, you can always tune in. Coming up next week, next Tuesday, we are having Chamber Chat with Carol Gieske. She's going to be coming in again on next Tuesday. Up next here, of course, we have What's Cooking Today. What's Cooking Today? This is Michael Horn. We're going to be having Larry Lipson of the Affordable Wine Report highlighting outstanding wines under $20. Debbie Vaney is joining the conversation today to discuss how well public schools are preparing students for life after graduation. Plus, today's news stories, including Costco's new caramel churro sundae, sparking some mixed reactions, why the Irish goodbye may actually be good etiquette, and a troubling AI facial recognition error that led to a wrongful arrest. Stay tuned for this and more local programming coming your way here on WRMN. We do have a live Talk Time with Tammy and Friends today on this wonderful Wind Down Wednesday. Have a spectacular rest of your day.